All right, so I'm recording right now. Let me see if live on Facebook. Where do you want to post? In a group?
No, not in a group, on a page.
Page. Yeah, I was just reading my options.
So you're saying it'll show up live on
Medical Marketing Whiz page next. All right. I think we may be live. I'm not 100% sure.
How's everybody doing?
All right. What is this? What title should I give it?
Marketing response plan. We need some mood music.
All right.
Okay, it says recording. Okay, now we're live.
So
Hello.
live.
How's it going? It's 3 o'clock. Or is it 3 o'clock? No, it's 2:58. We got a couple
minutes early to give people time to jump in here.
Everybody's got to remember their Facebook login.
Yeah, right. I mean, everyone's on Facebook, on social media right now with nothing else to do, or a lot of people cutting back hours, whatever it might be. So.
Yep. Scrolling their news feed.
I don't see it yet.
So yeah, we're super excited. We've had a really awesome response to this, and this is going to be hopefully one of many. This is going to be like a one and done. So definitely make sure you guys are following us on Facebook so you get our notifications. We do also put a lot on Instagram, so you guys will see that. But we're going to kick it off today and make this be a regular thing, just to really, because we're all in this together. We want to make sure that the business community and the marketing community is coming together. So we're excited to be on here and streaming live on Facebook. So
yeah,
hang tight here for a minute. Do us a favor, if you guys are on, let us know. There should be like a little like button or a hearts. Definitely let us.
We like hearts. We like people telling us that they love us. So let's hear some love. Let's feel some love today. All right, but no, I'm excited about each and every one of you joining. Let's go ahead, Lori. I want to respect everybody's time and be on time. But again, like Lori mentioned a couple minutes ago, that we just really appreciate you guys jumping on this call with us. I know our clients have had a lot of questions, other business owners, we speak and talk to a lot of other business owners, you guys included, and we just all have questions, right? Should I be marketing? What should I be doing with my marketing? Just because I'm closed, does that mean I shouldn't be marketing? Or what should I do if I have to close down? So there's all kinds of questions, all kinds of business owners that we've spoken to, and that's really what inspired Lori and I to say, you know what, we need to kind of stick the stake in the ground. This isn't going to last forever. Okay, this isn't a long-term thing. I can't tell you how long it'll last, but we want to be here to kind of weather you guys through that storm, to be your experts in regards to marketing and the ebb and flow of marketing and what you should be doing, what we see working for other clients that may be on the other side of the country, or so there's just a lot of expertise that we feel we can bring and we want to share with everybody. So, whether, we have clients on here, our marketing clients, we have people we've never met before calling and reaching out to us about questions. We have, reps on the call or on the webinar live here today. So if you have questions, do us a favor, put those questions in the comments, okay? We will try to get to a Q&A today. We're going to be 1 hour, and I want to keep pretty strict on the time frame. If we don't answer your questions on this call, we'll do one of two things. We'll either reach out to you and answer your question like on a one-on-one basis via email or maybe Facebook Messenger, or what we'll do is have another follow-up webinar to the webinar. Just to answer those questions.
It's like the meeting for the meeting.
Yeah,
right?
it's like having a meeting,
Know.
right? So, but no, let's go ahead and get things rolling here. I'm gonna share my screen with you. So Lori and I are going to all of a sudden get super small up in your corner. But here we go. So you guys should be able to see my screen now. And ultimately, everything I just captured or everything I just said is what we hope to capture and do for you guys in this video or in this recorded webinar here today. So it's not recorded, it's actually live. But who is Medical Marketing Wiz? For those of you that don't know us, we are your outsourced Chief Marketing Officer. Our focus is on helping clients generate revenue, and we do that through designing and coming up with customized marketing packages and plans for each of our clients, making sure that we meet them where they're at. That's our big goal. We have basically 3 different kinds of clients, all right? That we have clients who have never done any marketing in their entire lives, their practices, they've never really done marketing. They've kind of relied on just word of mouth. They've relied on referral sources to just bring patients in the door. So we have people who, we work with like that. The other number 2 is like a maybe with multiple marketing companies. So they have multiple marketing companies they're working with, and they're really not all flowing or on the same page. There's no set strategy, so everyone's kind of doing their own thing, and they're not having a lot of success. And then one of the most common is probably the kind of sort of marketing people, okay? That you're kind of marketing, it needs to be done. So maybe the office manager or one of the RNs in the practice is doing some of the marketing, but there's really no set in stone plan or strategy set aside for that. So whoever or whichever one of those categories you fall into, whether you're currently seeing patients, currently closed, this webinar is going to help give you direction and some guidance through all of this turbulence that we've hit here. So we do have a special gift for you at the end. So to encourage you to bear with us and learn and stay through with us to the end of the presentation here, we do have a special gift for you. So we're excited to do the whole reveal of what that is at the end, but you got to hang out and wait around for that. And Lori, why don't you go ahead and talk about some of the silver lining of what we're going through here today?
Sure. And like I said, this situation is not easy. Everybody's in the same boat. Things are changing on a daily basis. And there's, quite frankly, a lot of stuff that none of us can control. But there are things that we absolutely can control. And so I'm a glass half full kind of person. I like to think about what are some of the positive things that can come out of this. And that's what I really want you guys to focus on, is the silver lining in all of this. Like Glenn said, this isn't going to last forever, but you have a huge opportunity right now. You have more eyes on social media than you probably ever will. This is truly a once in a lifetime audience that you have on social media. And so, social media or social distancing means more social media. So you have to have a strategy to capture that audience. This is also, again, a once in a lifetime opportunity, I think, for you to totally solidify the relationships with your patients. Your patients have questions. They are hearing the same story on the news 24/7. They don't want to hear that same stuff. They want to hear from the person that they trust, which is their doctor, which is maybe the medical spa that they've gone to for a long time and have a relationship with. So it allows you to not only solidify the relationships with your own patients right now, but introduce yourself and gain trust with new people. And we're going to share some stuff with you guys. Clients literally in the last week that have, in some cases, tripled their social media following because they're following what we're talking about today. Again, position yourself as an expert in your local market. Get comfortable with new technology. We're all having to step outside the box. Glenn and I have never done a live webinar. This is forcing us. It's been on our list of things to do, and it's like, you know what? The rubber's hitting the road. Let's do it. And this is something that we're going to get good at. We're going to be doing more and more of these. Same thing with you guys. Think about this as a chance to do the things that you haven't had the time to do. And we'll go into what some of those things are. And also, I encourage you to take this time right now to focus on personal development. Focus on putting together a strategy for your business, not just your marketing. Focus on developing your staff. You can do Zoom calls. You can do FaceTime calls where you're training your staff and getting people better at their job so that at the end of all of this, you come out a lot stronger than ever. So I encourage you guys to keep these things in mind as we go through this talk today.
All right, so there's a couple things that we don't want you to do. One of the things that we don't want you to do is to just put your head in the ground like this ostrich here and act like you don't see anything, nothing's happening, it's not going to affect me. You can't do that. Okay, this is real. We're all in this. We're all in this together. We don't want you to feel isolated or be by yourself through this. So we definitely want to discourage you from planting your head in the hole and just taking a dive down, right? The other thing we don't want you to do is surrender. I am confident we're all coming out of this, and we're all going to come out of this in a much stronger position if you do the things that you need to do when you have the opportunity to do them. So we all have more downtime. We all have more time to get things done, like Lori just mentioned, that we've been wanting to do. I mean, how many of you guys have all of a sudden just been force-fed into being able to do telemed or being able to talk to your patients online like you've always wanted to do, but you just keep pushing it down the road because you know what? It's just not an urgent thing. Well, this is real. This is happening. So don't surrender. Don't throw in the towel. I highly encourage you to not do that, but look at this as a time to grow and get and strengthen the core business, the foundation of your business. So really what you need is you need a marketing recovery plan. You need a business plan. Now, the marketing plan is not your entire business plan. We always are telling people that marketing is not your entire business plan. It is a part of your business plan, okay? But you have to have a strong marketing plan in place so that as we recover and come up off the other side of the inverted curve here, that you're going to climb that hill faster and be in a better position when you get back to the top than you were before, or even than your competitors in your local area. So our goal is to help you to engage your patients, stand out in your community, which is in total going to help you to protect your business.
Awesome. So let's talk about that marketing plan for success. And we want to keep it simple. And truly, there's 4 things that you need to focus on. And we're going to go into detail and tell you guys exactly what you need to do in these 4 buckets. First thing is your social media. What do you need to be doing on social media right now? We're going to give you guys a step-by-step strategy for that. Google My Business. We're going to talk about what is Google My Business, what you need to be doing with it right now, and then email outreach. So how to reach people via email, exactly what to say, how often to say it. And then we're going to talk about going virtual. So virtual events, virtual consultations, webinars, etc. With the focus really here is building your tribe. This is a time to build your list. Whether that's your email list, whether that's your Google reviews, whether that's your social media audience, whether that's connecting with people virtually, you're building your tribe, and that's really what we're gonna help you guys focus on today.
All right, so let's jump into the first topic of social media, Lori.
Okay, awesome, my favorite subject. So social media, couple things with this, okay? Studies have shown, even just within the last couple weeks, that the coronavirus has already sparked a huge increase in social media use. People have increased their downtime, they're bored, they're scrolling through their phones. So this is the time that you need to be engaging your audience. So what are some of the musts, Glenn, that people need to be doing on social media?
Yeah, well, one of the biggest things you need to be doing is video. I mean, over 80% of the people in the world are watching videos, and it's crazy. I was looking up some stats, honestly, to prepare for this presentation, and I was just blown away by just the number of people who are watching video, who are engaged with video. 9 out of 10 people, if they like a video that they watch, will share that video with their friends. So there is a huge opportunity for you guys to gain, get the courage up. It doesn't have to be fancy, but just do videos. We're going to continue to talk about different videos you can do and things you can do in videos. But that's definitely one of the top things, just because society now, we are visual. We want to see, we want to hear, we want to experience. And the best way to do that for people, if they can't come into your office, is to do videos and give them that experience the best that you can. You need to audit your scheduled posts. If you have scheduled posts in your social media platform or scheduler posted through, March or April that you have already done, maybe at January or February, then you need to change that up. You need to change the delivery of your message, what you're conveying to your patients. Ultimately, it comes down to, giving them comfort, taking those stress, helping them to be less stressed about what's happening. And just giving them some confidence and positivity instead of all the negativity and everything that is going around that you can get caught up in. And another big thing, this is a great opportunity to create your social media strategy. You have to have a strategy with social media and understand what that strategy is. And we're going to help you even more with that later on by talking about, more of a strategy that you can implement with your social media.
Perfect. So let's go to the next one and let's talk about videos.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we beat the dead horse that we need to do videos, but what type of videos do we need to do? Now, here's a couple things I want to say about videos before we get into the details here is, if you haven't done video before, it doesn't need to be perfect. Okay. Honestly, an authentic video, and we'll show you an example of one of our doctor's videos where he literally made some notes of what he wanted to talk about and recorded it on his phone. It doesn't have to be some professional thing. And quite honestly, the more authentic your video is, the better it will perform. So, sometimes we tell clients video and they're like,
right here.
Yeah.
So.
We tell people to do a video and they're like, oh gosh, I could never do a video. You can. And it doesn't need to be fancy. And I can tell you the thing that I love about this is you're going to do your first video. It's going to be great. You're going to get more comfortable. Then when all this is said and done, you need to be doing videos anyway. You're going to be so much more comfortable doing them. And we'll even give you guys some scripts of what you need to say on these videos. So I just want to put you at ease that yes, it's probably outside of your comfort zone for a lot of people, but it's really not that big of a deal. Just do the first one and it'll be a lot better once you get used to it.
Yeah, and we're all armed with the best technology to shoot videos. Your phone in a horizontal position. That's what you want to shoot, or how you want to shoot a video. So, all right, let's jump into what you should be recording right now. This is going to change as we go through this. Maybe recession, whatever you want to call it, pandemic. Things are going to change. We'll be able to update you guys as to maybe what you should now be shooting video on, just from understanding a consumer's mindset, understanding a business owner's mindset, combining those two together and being able to provide you guys with guidance. That's what we're going to do. But right now, what you want to do is you need to keep everyone, and this will be throughout, you need to keep everybody updated to what your status is at the office, okay? Are you open? Are you doing teleconsults? Do you have different hours? Have policies changed? Are you now having patients call in from the parking lot and say, hey, I'm in the parking lot, because you don't want people waiting and converging in your waiting room. There's a bunch of different things that you guys can share via video that's going to get your message out crystal clear to your patients. What about some number 2, Lori?
Yes. So health tips. Again, I think, and this is applicable really to any medical specialty. We had an orthopedic surgeon that did a talk on health tips. We've had med spas that have done health talks on health tips. So it doesn't really matter your specialty, but what are some things that you're encouraging people to do to stay healthy? We all like to talk about vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc. How much should people be getting? If your office actually, if you want to take it a step further and you offer nutraceuticals at your office, let people know that. So tips on vitamins that people should be taking, tips on sleep. Having a good immune system is very dependent on the amount of sleep that you're getting. So encouraging people 7 to 8 hours of sleep. What are things that they can do to reduce stress? Maybe some of those self-care things that your office does can be part of that stress reduction routine. Talk about ways that you can reduce stress. Maybe stress reduction is light exercise. The importance of hydration. Those are all really valuable tips. And we've seen people record videos like this that have gotten a crazy amount of shares.
Oh, yeah.
So that's another great idea. Video tip number 2. And if I were you guys during this time right now, I would record all 5 of these videos. You have time to do it, record them. You'll have them done. You'll be good to go.
Absolutely. Third thing that you should do is an office tour. If you have changed policies or, you're just showing the cleanliness of your office, then you can do an office tour from the front door coming in. Maybe you've rearranged now the lobby, the waiting room, so that, you got at least 6-foot space in between chairs, whatever that might look like for you. Doing a video tour, giving a video tour, just again, going over some of the policies. Maybe.
Well, and I think even I'm thinking about this one dermatology office that we worked with in Nashville, and she did a video of hey, welcoming somebody into the office, and she's like, oh, this is where our receptionist is. Hey, let's go into the skincare room. This is the room that we do this, this, and this. And then she goes into the body sculpting room. Hey, this is the room that we do this, this, and this. Yeah. So you could almost even kind of if you're an aesthetics office and you want to talk about your different devices, do a little tour where you're going into each room and letting people see just how awesome your office is and all of the amazing equipment. I mean, let's face it, for those of you that are in aesthetics, you've invested a lot of money in equipment. Use this time to do an office tour and show people all of the amazing stuff that you guys have.
Absolutely. Yeah. Demo video.
Yeah. So speaking of that, so demo videos, again, if you're working in the office, do some demo treatments on your staff or on your relative or whoever that you're going to have there. You could record those demo videos right now. And we'll talk about how you can use those later. You could use those on your social media now. People are sick of reading about coronavirus. They may be interested in seeing what the heck a hydrofacial treatment is, or what the heck, a certain skincare services, or how Botox is done, or those type of things. So recording those videos now would be, you can use them now and you could use them in the future. So take the opportunity now to shoot those type of videos.
All right. And last but definitely not least, number 5 is what you're doing at the office or at home. This is huge. Personalizing these videos, letting people see a sneak peek behind the closed doors, what's happening at the office when people aren't around. We had one of our clients, he was walking around giving a tour of his office, but at the same time, he was showing all the cabinet doors were open. They were reorganizing their office. They were making it more efficient for daily operations, because he said, as it's been years, he's trying to get things organized and make them as efficient as possible, but now's the time to do that. So he's cleaning out all his cupboards. He's, checking his supplies, doing a deep dive into the inventory. He's consoling his equipment as he walks by it, telling it it's going to be okay. The patients will be back. You'll be able to continue treating. So whatever you have to do, show your personality, show some humor, but at the same time, just, make it personal. I think in a time like this, people need that. They need kind of that relief of, everyone's not so rigid. Everyone's not so uptight. So
if you're at home, let's say you're home, are you doing a workout? Are you making yourself a healthy lunch? Are you working on doing virtual consults? Those are all cool things that people don't know about you, that are great ways just to let them kind of get a peek behind the curtain.
Absolutely.
So we wanted to share with you guys why this is important. Okay. And this is 2 offices. These are both posts from last week. I'm going to focus on the one on the right here, OB-GYN LTD. Now, what I love about this, you can see he's got his notes in front of him. You know, this is, I think, is this the first video he's ever done, Glenn?
Yeah.
Done any videos? I know he did a webinar with us, but first, Facebook video, and he didn't even know what to expect. I don't even think he really knew like what shares or engagement was, but his wife was keeping him posted because he had in about 3 days, 766 shares. And this office is in a very small town in Ohio. I think there's how many people are in
About
that town?
64,000 people in the population, I believe. So, yeah.
We were kind of laughing, thinking, okay, half of those people are probably women. I mean, you probably had, you had 39,000 people reached. Pretty much every woman in your town has probably seen this video. And what was so cool about this video is he was answering things like, so this is a gynecology office, and a lot of women have questions about like, how does this affect my baby, or what's it gonna be like when I go to the hospital if I have to deliver during this time, or does this cross the placenta, or what about if I'm breastfeeding? And he answered a lot of those questions. And what you found, you got 59 comments here. People were tagging their friends saying, I hope this is your doctor.
Right.
So his Facebook page has exploded. I mean, I really think he may walk away from this in 2 or 3 weeks and have triple or quadruple the number of people on Facebook than what they had before this. Same thing with Precision Orthopedics. I encourage you guys to watch his video. It's very heartfelt. He has 148 shares, 38 comments. He goes over just some health tips. And then at the end, what I loved about what he did is he talked about like prayer and the importance of prayer. And he said at the very end, hey, if you got an extra prayer, pray for us as doctors. We're on the front lines of this. And the people were commenting like, I'm praying for you, Dr. Kellis. And it was really awesome. And it was very from his heart. And you want to talk about like making an impact on your community and expanding your reach. Again, it's not about selling, but it's about building that following and having a positive message in your community. So I thought that was really awesome. So we just want to share this with you guys to encourage you guys that there's a reason why we're harping on this video and why it's so important.
Absolutely. Yes. So let's talk, Lori. Why don't you tell us more about adjusting your post strategy?
Okay, yeah. So a lot of our clients, and even us, like we schedule posts in advance. So you do want to be sensitive as to what you're posting. I wouldn't do a lot of selling. I personally don't like any selling on social media. I don't think people get on social media to buy stuff. I like it to be, 80% value, maybe only 20% promotion, even at the regular time. But certainly now, we need to be sensitive. We need to make sure that people know that we care. And so we kind of put together a really simple approach for your posts. So as an example, Monday, people wake up, they're, starting a new week, put something motivational, something encouraging, something inspiring. Tuesday, video. So we gave you guys the 5 videos. You got 5 weeks worth of videos to go up on Tuesdays.
Well, and any of these can be videos, right, Laura? I mean, we were talking about that earlier. It's like all of these should just be video, 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 video. There's your 5 posts for the week.
Yeah. Wednesday, give a health tip. Thursday, now I thought this would be kind of fun. Some kind of like throwback Thursday. So you're at home, pull out your old yearbook, get some funny pictures of you back in the 80s and post the doctor, throwback Thursday picture. I guarantee you will get a ton of engagement on those posts. And then selfie signs. We're going to tell you guys what the selfie signs are in a second, but that would be a great day for it. And then Friday, encouragement as they go into the weekend or asking a question. So keep in mind, social media, the whole purpose of this is to get what's called engagement. So that is likes, comments, and shares. So if you ask a question like asking your patients, what's some, hey, I need a new show to watch on Netflix for the weekend. What are y'all watching? People will comment on that post. So kind of the way these algorithms work on both Facebook and Instagram is, let's say you put a post up on, let's say you put your ask a question on, let's just say it's on Friday, okay? And you ask a question, people comment. The algorithm of Facebook knows that your page is getting a lot of engagement. So that next post is rewarded. So they show your next post to more people. So that's why when we're talking about a strategy, actually go to the next slide, Glenn, and I'll kind of explain this. So for example, let's say Tuesday you're posting your video, that video gets a lot of engagement. Your Wednesday post will be seen by more people per the algorithm of Facebook and Instagram. So that's why, like, a lot of times we'll talk to offices and they're just kind of like posting just to post. They really don't get anything out of their social media because they're putting a lot of work into it, but there really is no strategy. So one of the things that we put together for you guys is the social media calendar to really give you a simple roadmap for what should go up each day. And we'll share that with everybody.
All right, so let's talk about, you kept mentioning the selfie sign, and these are 3 examples of what exactly a selfie sign is. And it's super simple. It's a sign that you hold, you take a picture with, but the big thing here again is personalization. The engagement will go up through the roof. These are 3 examples where there's 1,700 people engaged, 1,400 or 1,100 people engaged. It's really hard to read, but underneath the picture, the one where on the left where it says the #1 doctor's office, that is saying it's performing 90% better than all the other posts on the page. The one on the far right where the doctor is in the picture with a staff member, it says it's 95% better or performing better than 95% of all the other posts on the page. So you can see by personalizing, by just having fun, showing smiles, showing your personalities, how these selfie sign kits can help increase engagement, get shares, get followers, and really just help put your social media on a different level.
And we give these to our clients every quarter. We have kind of what we call engagement boxes. And some of them are related to like holidays and things like that. But again, the purpose of it is people want to see you guys on your page. Yeah. So again, you have time right now, take a whole bunch of personal pictures, do the videos. You're going to have a stockpile of content that you'll be able to use now and in the future.
All right, so let's talk next about Google My Business and having a plan for Google My Business. This is huge. Google's a huge search engine, the #1 search engine that there is. For you guys that may not know what Google My Business exactly is, if you look at the image here, our medical marketing whiz, basically if you're a registered business in the US and really any other country in the world, Google My Business will either create a listing for you, or you can go in and create your own listing for your business. But what it does is it allows people to put themselves on the map, okay, and literally on like Google Maps and everything. So what you need to be doing here is, #1, you need to make sure that you've claimed your Google business listing. I don't want to get too deep into how to do that or anything like that. We can definitely help you and answer those types of questions on a call with you or something. But you want to make sure that you're updating your office hours. Okay, so updating your office hours on your Google business listing. You want to post to Google My Business. So when you're posting to Facebook or Instagram or whatever other social media channels, include your business listing, your Google My Business listing. Google is actually rewarding businesses for doing that and engaging with their platform. So they want to see more engagement from the businesses that are on there. Asking for new reviews. Again, this is an awesome time to reach out to patients, say, hey, if you enjoy thinking about the treatment or the services we provide, or you miss it, could you do us a favor and just take a minute and reflect on that and go to our Google My Business listing, leave a review, tell us, what you like, and just share some positive things with us on our Google Business listing. Respond to your reviews. You need to be responding to reviews, okay? This is key because people want to see that interaction, whether it's a positive review or a negative review. You need to be replying to the reviews. Even the negative reviews. If you reply to the negative reviews, that helps to put future readers or people who read the negative review. If they see you didn't reply, then they may be more likely to assume that review is true. If you've replied to the review and you've said, hey, reach out to us, we want to make sure everything's good, we've resolved your problem, then that kind of disarms that negative review. And of course, always stay HIPAA compliant. You don't want to be calling out people's names or, all that type of stuff in your replies.
And just real quick on that, Glenn, I wanted to just point out, because we do get questions a lot, like, well, what about all the other review sites like Yelp and
Sure.
Real Self and Health Grades and all of those? And Google is most important, okay? Because Google is the one that helps you with SEO, search engine optimization. So when in doubt, you want to push your reviews to Google. Now, the one caveat to that is that if the patient or client does not have a Gmail account,
Right.
Google will not let them leave a review. So the second best option would be Facebook reviews. And that is because Google indexes all of the Facebook reviews. So it does impact your SEO. So all of these other sites, again, are kind of nice to do's, but they really, at the end of the day, those reviews don't help you with the Google search results, which is ultimately what you're trying to do. So we'll go to the next slide and kind of explain that further.
Yes. All right. Okay, so let's talk about that. Why Google My Business? I shouldn't say recently, but over the last year or so, Google My Business has really been, force ranking their listings. So if, for example, if you go into your phone, your mobile phone, and you search med spa near me. Now, don't do this now because we'll lose your attention and, you'll be off in some other land. But so stick with us and do this after the webinar. But if you Google med spa near me, and then you're going to see these listings come up. You'll see at the top, probably somebody's paying for advertisements through Google Ads. So you'll see those people listed first. But then afterward, right below that, you're going to see the Google Map image like you see on the screen here. And then below that, you're going to see practices who, the first one's an ad, but then after that, it's going to be people who are utilizing the Google My Business platform. Okay, whether that's sending people there to get reviews, whether it's making sure their hours are up to date, they're posting to their Google My Business listing. That's how Google rewards those businesses for utilizing their Google My Business listing. So more than ever right now, it's important to make sure that you're updating this and getting reviews, sending people there to review. Now, before I forget, because I forgot on the previous slide, right now, Google is backlogged. All right, they're I don't know if they cut staff or what they did, but long story short, if you have people going and leaving Google business reviews or leaving reviews, or you're responding to reviews, or you're changing your business hours, anything you're doing on Google right now isn't going to be done as quickly as it normally is. Usually it's almost instantaneously that new reviews show up, or within at least, a 8 to 12 hour period. But now it's basically days until some reviews, and they're just pretty much prioritizing things in certain order just because of the mad rush of people going to Google My Business, businesses like you, and making the updates. So that your reviews, if somebody leaves a new review during this time, as of right now, it won't post immediately. It will eventually show up there, but it may be, they didn't even give a time frame. I don't know what the time frame is, but it will eventually show up. So I would encourage you to not stop soliciting and asking patients to leave reviews, but just know it's not going to be an instant thing that you're going to see make an impact right away. So yeah, so even if, when we think about websites, and we always hear the terminology search engine optimization, and when you're searching for a local business on your phone like this, Google has, or I don't know who created the name no-click searches, but that's important to understand what that means. So on the phone here, if you're looking at your phone, if you're looking at a phone, don't look at it now, you'll be able to, you can call a business, you can get directions for a business, you can go to their website, all right there on the phone. You don't have to go to their website to find their phone number. So that's what they're talking about in a no-click search, is that you aren't going to their website, to a business's website. And in fact, the business list or the website listings are usually, if you're on a phone, like maybe the top of the third scroll down. So again, that's the importance of your Google My Business listing.
It's actually, it's funny how the Google My Business actually has a higher impact on SEO, on where you show up on the search ranking, than your website even did. So I know there's a lot of people that spend a ton of money with like a website company doing quote unquote SEO on their website. And that is important. I don't want to devalue that at all.
Right.
However, working on right now, again, you have the time to do this, log into Google My Business and start doing some of this stuff now, because that's going to help you to start showing up higher on those pages in a matter of weeks.
Yeah. So why don't we jump in and let's just look at some results and these are just results that some of our clients have seen from just optimizing their Google business listings and engaging in there and posting in there. So these, I always joke around, these are our before and after pictures. So this would be 90-day periods, time frame. So the before would be 90 days prior to starting to optimize their Google business listing. And then the after would be 90 days since the start of them starting to optimize their Google My Business listing. So you can see some pretty tremendous jumps here in numbers from before and after. Google Map views, or the Google Map searches, before 10,742 over 90 days, after the following 90 days after they started optimizing, 28,000. I mean, that's just amazing that, they've had and seen that type of growth in their map views. Same goes for their search results. Not quite a huge increase or number, percentage growth there, but it's the same thing. There's definitely, about a 1,500 search result increase after they've optimized their Google listing. So these are just a couple results we wanted to share with you. We can't make these results up. These are great stats to take a look at and pay attention to. So that's just a couple results that we have seen with that.
So just focusing on your website, just a couple things here. Make sure that your website developer puts something on your website, whether it's a pop-up or on the homepage, just kind of, again, about your position on the coronavirus, your office hours. If you're offering telehealth, super important, make sure that it's on your website so that people know that they can still meet with you and how they go about doing that. And then the last thing is blog posts. So you have a little bit of time right now. For those of you guys that don't write blog posts, you should be. So just kind of thinking about like, why are blog posts important? And I won't belabor this, but think about the services that you want to do more of. Let's say you want to do more laser hair removal, or you want to see more GYN patients. You want to write some blog articles about those topics. So for laser hair removal, one article about laser hair removal on the face, laser hair removal on the body, laser hair removal on the back, just as or legs, as an example, because each one of those, the more content that you have on your website about those topics, when people are searching for those terms, it helps you much more than if you just have one page on your website that says, hey, we do laser hair removal. So take the time right now to think about like, man, okay, over the next 6 months, I would love to do more of these 3 treatments, and maybe focus on writing 3 or 4 blog articles on each of those topics. And then your web developer can put those up on your website, and it's going to help you when people are searching for those services.
All right, awesome. So let's get cranking away here. We've got about 20 minutes left. I just want to keep an eye on our time here so we don't overdo it. But so we're going to talk next about the email outreach and why and what you need to be doing for email. So go ahead, Lori, and lead us into that.
So email outreach, you have to have a way to reach people that aren't on social media. And truly, if you're not doing a monthly email newsletter, if you're not already doing one, this is the perfect time to start. Newsletter format. Again, I'm not a huge fan of offices that just do like, hey, here's our special every month, and then they can't understand why they just attract everybody that wants something on sale. So newsletter format, think 80% of it needs to be focused on valuable information, and we'll kind of show you some examples. Update your office status. So again, email blast about how to do the televisits. What are your office hours? What are your policies? How to schedule that televisit. Maybe you're offering, if you sell like nutraceuticals, or you sell skincare products, or any essential oils, any other kind of mail order thing. How can they go about ordering those? Health tips. We always love to include some kind of recipe. So go to the next slide, Glenn, and I'll kind of talk about it. And the reason why email marketing is so important is because emails from doctors have the #2 open rate of any email that goes out. The only email that beats doctors is religious organizations. So I don't want you to think of it like, it's not like your Pottery Barn email that you get that you just delete. It's emails that people open. And so again, what to think about in the newsletter. So this is just an example. How do you order mail order special? So are your wrinkles creeping back? Wrinkle cream special. Bummed out about missing your peel or facial? Put together at-home mini peel kits. I actually saw one online today on somebody's Instagram. The ZO skincare line was doing like little mini peel things. So that's stuff that you can sell and you can mail to people. The second section here talks about the televisits, immunity boosting recipe, asking for Google reviews, getting people to follow you on social media. So a really simple format like this is really what you need to do as far as your email outreach right now.
Awesome. Awesome. So next we're going to talk about using virtual tools, and there's a lot of different ways that you can do this, that you can achieve this through telehealth. If you're a medical provider that's billing insurance companies, I know that this has been opened up, or the insurance companies have kind of loosened their rings on this as far as which platforms you can utilize for that. But what the important thing is that if you have a practice, or you're a doctor who can still do telehealth consults, then I encourage you to do this. We have one of our clients who saw 24 patients yesterday through a telehealth service. So it's definitely something that we encourage you to continue to do.
They just implemented that last week, Glenn. Like this was an office that was like, I'm never doing telehealth.
Right.
And all of a sudden it's like, well, guess I better do telehealth. And then yesterday they saw 24 patients in telehealth visits. So
it's amazing what happens when people can't leave their homes and have to stay at home, and you need to find creative ways of continuing to own and operate a business. It's amazing how quickly our minds will change about doing those sorts of things.
Well, and what I think is cool about that, though, is that is going to open up when everything, again, when the dust is settled, that's going to open up a whole nother way to reach people that they never would have been able to reach before.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's telehealth, and that you can bill insurances through. Then on the aesthetics or the cash-based services, you can do all kinds of virtual consultations, whether it's for cash or just a complimentary consultation. But this is a great way to still continue to book those for consultations, and perhaps then get them on the schedule, or take advantage of purchase a gift card from you, something like that will
Put their deposit down.
yeah, put their deposit down so you can still stay busy. You can still capture an audience who maybe saw one of your posts, one of your video posts online or on social media. And so that's just a way that you can continue to capture patients, continue to nurture the patients that you have, and help with taking some of the hardship out of owning a business that maybe not, that you're not able to see patients face to face.
So this one definitely is one that's come up lately. We do a lot of events for our clients. We do quarterly events, we do webinars, and so we've had some on the schedule, and it's like, okay, well, obviously we can't do the event in the office. I personally think the worst thing you can do is just cancel it.
Yeah, don't cancel your events.
No. So the one on the right here is actually, this is we took their name off of it, but this is a real office, a real client of ours. And what they're doing is they were going to be featuring 3 different products at their event. And so what we're having them do is they're recording. The one doctor was going to do like a little mini kind of webinar on one of the procedures that he does. They were going to do a Botox demo, an injectable demo, and a cool sculpting demo. And so they're recording those right now. And then we created a Facebook event. And so the event will take place, and I actually see here they changed it. So it looks like they're going to do this from April 23rd to May 15th. You could also just do it April 23rd from 5 to 7 p.m. if you wanted. And then in that Facebook event page, you're going to post these videos. So, at 5 o'clock, maybe the short presentation goes up. At 5:30, the injectable demo is happening. At 5:45, the cool sculpting demo is going. And then people can opt in. Either they can call and put down their deposit to lock in their event-only pricing, or you can even create a landing page where people just say, yeah, I'm interested in this. That way you know exactly who to follow up with when you're able to actually see them in the office. So I highly encourage you, do not cancel your events. And the cool thing about this, again, looking at the silver lining, on April 23rd from 5 to 7, they were only going to have a finite number of people that could have come to that event. They actually are going to have way more people that are able to engage in this online event than they would have at the virtual event. So I think it's a great opportunity, and I encourage you guys to try that. The other thing is call-in events, and this is actually an office last summer. A lot of offices, they don't want to do events in the summer because everybody's busy and it's hard to get people to show up. So they just did a 3-day call-in event, 25% off all prepaid laser hair removal packages. You could really do this for any service, but just do a 3-day call-in thing. Again, they could call you at your house and lock in that special pricing for whatever service that you want to get them in for. So those are just a couple of ideas. We're also going to talk about webinars. And webinars, Glenn, these we've been doing for a long time. These are some of our favorite things to do. But let's talk about we'll talk about what is an Evergreen webinar and what are some topics that would be good for webinars.
Right, absolutely. So Evergreen webinars are fantastic. It's a great way to capture your existing patient population and also then capture, potential patients and get them into what we would call a lead funnel and nurture those patients through emails and all the behind the scenes stuff that we do. But really, an Evergreen webinar is a recorded webinar. So much like this call, we would record you giving a presentation, and then that's put into a platform where patients can go to that, they register, and then they can watch the webinar at home in the comfort of their own home. So it makes it a great opportunity or a great thing for treatments that you're doing at the office, such as vaginal rejuvenation, body sculpting, erectile dysfunction, some of the regenerative medicine procedures, functional medicine, hormones, joint pain, weight loss, wellness. There's really just a plethora of different topics you can do a webinar on. And they're nice because it's done in the, the patients are watching it in the privacy of their own home where they're forced to be right now. And they can watch a replay. So say you sent out, or postmenopausal woman watches a webinar on vaginal rejuvenation and she's interested in it. She wants to share it with her spouse. Then, they can watch the replay together. There's all kinds of things that really make it a good option for your patients, and just an ongoing service that you can be providing for them. Okay, here's an example of a landing page for the webinar. Did you want to talk into this?
I'll go into this quickly here. So the Evergreen webinar, why it's called Evergreen, is this runs 24/7. So you don't have to get on at a certain time. So again, we pre-record folks doing their webinar, then we build a landing page so that we know every single person that is watching. So that gives you a leads list. These are people that you'll have their name, email, and phone number of who to follow up with. And then what happens is when they opt in and they click register, then it goes to what's called a broadcast room where we actually embed the video. The other cool thing is we have a lot of these presentations, the PowerPoints, already done. So it's really just a matter of, tweaking them if you want to put your office logo on them and stuff like that, but it's pretty turnkey. And then there's what's called a sales funnel. So 1 hour after they register for that webinar and they watch it, they're going to get a replay link and they're going to get a discount coupon. So let's just say, like, for vaginal rejuvenation, they get $250 off their treatment. And they have to use it within 90 days of the office opening back up, or when you're able to see patients. So it gives them that follow-up automatically. So you don't have to rely on your staff doing it. It's all automatic. And we do those sales funnels usually over about a 1 week period. So they'll get kind of the replay and they get testimonials from patients and, testimonials from other doctors, frequently asked questions, all sent to them automatically via email. So we've been doing these for a long time for those different topics where it's more sensitive of a subject where people don't want to show up to an event. So again, now's a great time to record those webinars.
All right. So we are looking at, we got about 6 minutes. So I want to hurry up here and deploy the plan. All right. So here's what our gift is. We mentioned that we're going to give away a free gift at the end of this. So hopefully you guys stuck through this with us. And quite honestly, I guess even if they watch the recording, they'll see this part. So they'll probably be able to opt into the free gift anyway. But thank you for staying with us live. But here's what we're going to give you guys for sticking around with us. We're going to give you some social media posts. All right. So you'll also receive the 5
there's
social media.
19 of them. I think there's 19 different.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I had to push the button one more time to pop that up. So you're going to get 19 COVID-19 posts. So staying healthy tips and just posts that we've come up with and we've seen have success on other platforms. You're going to also get 5 social media selfie signs that you can create the selfie signs holding up the little signs in your office. And we're also going to give you the social media calendar. We just want to give you guys something that will hopefully give you momentum, inspire you, encourage you to, you'll have the tools, right? There's no excuse. You have the tools. We've created them for you. We're giving them to you. So now you just need to, put them into use and utilize them.
Lastly, the other thing is we have time set aside to do some strategy calls with offices. Now, knowing there's not, 36 hours in a day, we do have a limited number of people that we can do this with. I think we've got time for about 50 offices. These are going to be 1 hour strategy calls with someone from medical marketing whiz. We will do a full marketing analysis of your practice. You're going to get about a 9-page report. We take a deep dive into your website, your online reputation, your social media, and then we do a call with you and help you put together a strategy specifically for where you're at. So we'll tell you guys how you can sign up for that if that's something you are interested in and you want to chat with us. Like I said, we've got some time set aside to do that.
Absolutely. And if you have specific questions about any of the things that we covered too, this would be a good opportunity to, schedule a call with us and we can talk and answer those types of questions that may be more specific to your practice. We can talk about different results. We could share results with you guys about the success that we've had with different things, because I know we've got some questions being asked about success. What is the success with the webinars, or how much do things cost and everything. We'd rather talk to you guys one-on-one about those, because we need to find out more about what's your specialty and everything like that before we can really talk and give you examples of success stories. We'd rather make them specific to you. So I'd encourage you to definitely, any questions like that, feel free to, book a consultation with us, or a strategy call is, I guess, what we're calling it, a strategy call, not a consultation, right, Lori?
A virtual strategy call.
But yeah, so this is how you can do that. There's a website that you can go to. It's info.medicalmarketingwiz.com/healthy. Or if you have your phone on you, or if you may be watching this on your phone. So if you're doing that, you can't do this. But if you pick up your phone, open up your camera, scan this QR code, it will take you to this page where you can enter in your info and then get those downloads. So we do have a couple minutes here. Yes, somebody asked, will the gifts be via email? Yes, the gifts will come to you guys via email, so you can print those out, or there's a link to download the social media posts, things like that, in the email that you'll receive. So that's definitely something that you'll have access to right away. Another question, Lori, that we get is, how can a physician sign up for telehealth? So really, there's a lot of different companies that specialize. If you're billing insurance companies, I know that you should look into a HIPAA certified telehealth company. Now check with your local government or the state government, because I have heard from some of our clients that some of those restrictions have been loosened up. So it's something that I would definitely research on your end a little bit, as far as like, what are the restrictions on the telehealth platforms that you can use. So yeah, sorry if I didn't answer that question completely, but
I think there is someone on the call. Kristen may be on the call, and I know she has some specifics on certain companies that I know she's worked with. So she may want to chime in the comments.
Yeah, and she actually, if you look in the comments, Kristen just posted in there her expertise or her specialty. So if that's something that you have further questions on, she could probably give you a better in touch there. She provided her phone number in the comments and everything for you. So if you have telehealth questions, definitely reach out to Kristen. Any other questions that you see in queue? We have a moderator here looking at things for us. Thank you, Beth. All right, well, we're going to wrap it up then. We spent exactly an hour. We thank you guys. Stay tuned. We're going to do another one of these, more than likely next week.
Sure. We said it. I guess we better do it.
I just said it. So if you do have questions, let us know what those questions are.
Yeah, if there's something specific you want covered, or you want us to take a deeper dive into one of these subjects, just let us know, and we're happy to address that.
Absolutely. All right, everybody.
Hey, we got our technology to work. See, we can do it. You guys can do it.
That's right. We'll talk to you guys later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.